because, like, you know, I have to admit, at the beginning of this episode, as we were setting it up, I was like, we're going to talk about America and Memorial Day. Look at those crowds, those Americans. What the hell? And then Toronto proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that, you know, we Canadians are nowhere near as smart as we think we are.
I don't know where that's directed.
If you take a look at the pictures of Trinity Bellwood Square this weekend, Park, sorry, you know, the police estimated that as many as 10,000 people were at the park, and they were there. The police were at least there. I thought they weren't even there, but they were ticketing people for drinking alcohol, peeing and defecating on people's yards. And
that's the best part of the story. Yeah. They were defecating in people's yards. Hey, bro, you dare me to take a shit in that guy's tulip bed? I'll do it. No, you won't, bro.
The amount of privilege that would go into that, I just picture as soon as I hear that story, as soon as I heard that, all I pictured was a guy in crouch looking up going, what?
That, you know, that happened. Yeah. So what do you think happened, guys? Like, I swear to God, I didn't think that was going to happen, but what do you think went on?
I think it's genetics, this notion that we have of free will. I think we saw where that argument goes. I think we're genetically predisposed to, fucking and being around each other and, you know, shitting when we need to.
I think it's actually a good point that, to be honest, I think people are suffering from, you know, a bit of cabin fever. And it's a real, you know, psychological condition. And that's something that actually I don't think anybody anticipated and that we have to take seriously. But I don't know what to do about it. Because ultimately, guess what? Like, I've had, you know, 2 shows cancel on me. I've got, you know, 2 shows that might happen in the fall. And like, I need to work so I can pay my mortgage. So we need to sort of figure out the social distancing so the virus goes down so that people can come to a theater so I can perform for them. And, you know, when people go to parks like this, I'm just looking at it, just going, guys, you're killing me, my family, you know? And how many businesses are like that too? How many restaurants, how many hair salons, how many, you know?
It's also, I mean, this isn't really a brilliant point or anything, but it's the weather, right? I mean, it's just so nice out. Yeah. And then, you know, I think you don't feel sick. And it's such a simplistic analysis, but I just think that people are like, well, I don't feel sick, bro.
Yeah.
Why don't I just shit in that guy's backyard?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a fair analysis.
There's kind of 2 points that kind of hit me on this. Like I did some tweeting about this, about how if I was, because I literally was there last month, right? I have since moved away, but like I walk my dog through that park every single day. And, you know, it was just like, oh, if my dog was there, I would have let him off the leash and he would eat their hot dogs and drank their beer and whatever the fuck. And I had a friend of mine in Ottawa go, is that neighborhood a predominantly white one? Because there's a lot of white people in those photos. And he's right. There is a ton of COVIDiot white people just kind of, like, again, drenched in privilege and using it for sunscreen.
COVIDiot. I love that term.
Yeah. The other problem, and this is that's a symptom of a greater disease. The symptom is a whole bunch of white people not giving a fuck and going into a park. The disease is horrible urban planning that has not provided this gentrified neighborhood with an increase in population that is not getting any smaller and giving them zero green space. Yeah. So then suddenly they're like, where the fuck are we going to go? Let's go shit in someone's yard. Like, it's all that, right?
And look, to build on Todd's point, which I think is smart, right? Like, a city has a hand in it too. Not to defend the idiots, but they did lock all the bathrooms. So you've got this park. Now, obviously, there shouldn't be 10,000 people, but there are. And now you've locked the bathrooms. So what do you think they're going to do? Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just hold it and die. No. No. I'm going to shit somewhere. And it's probably going to be soon. And they're drunk. And it's just like, what do people, you know, it's like they're gonna shit. You can't. What are they gonna not shit? Oh, you know what? I'll just not be a human for the next 8 hours.
I'm not knocking you, Bobby, but there is a big gap between shitting in someone's yard and dying of toxic shock. Okay, like there's a huge gap. Yes, they were
Right.
assholes for doing that, and yes, the
Yeah.
park should have been.
Well, and you know what, Todd? I mean, I wish to God that I could say that black people wouldn't do that, but you know,
Yeah. No. No.
it's
Well.
just luck of the draw. Well, not luck of the draw.
I just think this, like Lou's point is, I mean, on the rare occasion, here we are. I actually agree with Lou. You know,
What?
What?
I'm
No, that can't
what the fuck? Cancel the
Crazy.
show.
Get a room,
Um,
guys. Get a room.
But
I'm out.
like, we're
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, of course. And
Animals
that's why-
shit.
But also,
Well-
do you think that police should have seen this coming?